Hi guys, this one's going to go into some other features that are available in fundamentals which kind of don't constitute enough to be their own video, but you know, it gives you that information of what else is available. So this is kind of a LRG fundamentals other stuff video. So where do I start? Let's start with looking at my list next to me. Let's go QS icons. Right, so you can access this in the editor. If you're not sure how to do that, then use the other videos because I'm not closing this down. But if you go configure, add-on options when you're in the game, then you can see what I'm looking at basically. So if I go into add-ons, and what did I say I was going to do? QS icons. I've done the rest, fingers crossed. QS icons. Right. Everyone hopefully has probably come across this before, but basically there's a system made by Quicksilver that allows you to have icons on the map so you can see friendly players, you can see enemy players, you can do all sorts of crazy stuff with it. It's absolutely brilliant. I don't think I've ever made a mission without it, to be honest. What this is, all we've done is we've taken that script that he made and we've added the ability to control it through CBA settings like this. So you can edit it. So rather than you having to have the script in your mission file and you have to go through all your settings and change all your values through Notepad++ or whatever, you literally can just do checkboxes and just tick and untick things and set it hopefully here. Rather than having to know your RGB colors, you can just drag it and it will show you what color they'll be for stuff like this. But there's all sorts of stuff here. Just work your way through it. You've got master enabled, so if you just want to turn the whole thing off, you can just turn it off. Just untick that box. And then you've got other stuff. So you've got map icons, GPS icons, group icons, all that stuff. I won't go through this because it's a play with it thing. These are our settings that we use. If you want to copy them, by all means. If not, by default, it'll be turned off. And you can kind of decide on which bits you want to use, if any of it. But it's brilliant. Hopefully people are familiar with QS icons. But if you're not, then I'm sure there's plenty of videos out there, and any missions that we've made, if you look at our YouTube channels and a few others, you will see how it works, and it's a brilliant thing. I won't go into more than that. LRG Weather. Right, so what this is you can have the ability to have the weather change randomly. Nice little system, relatively light on frame, shouldn't cause you too much drama unless you have the weather set to max rain and all sorts of stuff going on. Then maybe that might be an issue, but depends. We sometimes use it, not that often. It's just there because it's a nicety. A lot of missions that you do in Arma 3, generally you're in a desert of some sort most times, and you don't really want it to be raining and stuff unless you've got a specific scenario for that. But it is here, so again, it will be disabled by default. You can turn it on, and then you've got Dynamite Weather, what it starts with. So if I want it to start raining at the start of the mission, or cloudy, or clear, whatever, or just random, then you've got that option. And then you've got real time and sync time, how often it changes, and basically similar settings that will kind of keep that weather constant or changing rapidly. You've got some forecast times and daytime, nighttime acceleration. So some people want nighttime to only be like 20 minutes. So you can ramp this right up to 60 times. So that's a minute a second passes, which is obviously quite quick. Or you can stop time at night. I don't know if anyone would use that, but it's there if you need it. Same with daytime. And that's all the simple little weather system. Hopefully that'll maybe be used, maybe not. It shouldn't be used every mission unless you've got a persistent environment, because you're going to have weather changing all the time, and most people like to control that setting in their own mission. So I won't go too much further into that. I wonder what else there is to cover. Probably should have planned this a little bit better. Let's have a look at safe zones. Let's do safe zones next, and hopefully inspiration will strike and I will figure out what else I need to cover. So I'll just back out to the editor here and let's have a look at some modules. I've already realised what I've forgotten. Right, so if I go into system, get rid of that from previous video, and under LRG fundamentals, let's see what we've got. Right, I've already covered the AI spawns in a different video. There's a few other things just left here. So we've got medical facility. All this does, you just place it down wherever you want. I've got one here already. Oh, Christ. And you sync it to an object. So I place it and I sync it. So I've synced it to this. So I go, there you go, connect, right click, sync to that medical tent. Right, this is like an emergency get out of jail free card. So all it does is it matches the shape of the object. So the yellow box, that's a medical area. And if you drag a casualty into there, regardless of how injured they are, it will revive them, basically, or fix them. So we've done this because if you're in a helicopter crash, for example, or a burning wreckage, you can have hundreds, literally hundreds of injuries, and rather than just Zeus healing them, which is a bit, you're relying on Zeus to be able to do it, it's a bit unrealistic. I know this isn't exactly great, but it's a step better than someone magically healing them. wherever they are, you can just get them to say, if they're that badly injured, get them into this tent or whatever object you sync it to, and it will heal them and put a little notification. It will put a notification on the screen to say has been healed at the medical facility, in case you want to control that, or you want to keep an eye on who's using it, how often. There'll be a little notification, and it's also useful for the guys that are dealing with casualties. They can see it. But that's the medical facility. Nice and easy thing. You may not use it. We use it as an emergency, hence why it's at the main base. There's none others on the map. This is the only one. Let's move on to safe zone, as I said I was going to cover previously. Right, so as it suggests, it stops people being able to shoot or throw grenades inside an area. So you can enable disable it once you've placed it. So if you want to place loads and then turn them off and turn them on later, I don't know, maybe you would. You've got that option. Set the size, so this is a radius. So if you're not sure, put a trigger down. You can put trigger down and then set the area, and you can figure out how big you'd need it. We've also got the opportunity to have a duration. So all this means is if you only want that safe zone active for half an hour or something like that from the mission start time, then you've got that option, and then it will turn itself off, and they will be able to shoot each other, shoot at base. So for base defense, maybe at the start you don't want to be able to shoot each other when they're setting up, but then when the enemy start coming in half an hour after you've started, for example, you want to be able to turn that off, and this will do it automatically. What it'll do is, it's a familiar script, to be honest. When somebody shoots, it will stop the bullet. You'll still hear it, but it'll stop the bullet, and they'll get a pop-up on their screen saying you're shooting at base, and an audible tone to tell them stop shooting at base, or what they're doing is not allowed. Right, that's safe zone covered. I don't know why I'm zooming around the map. Last thing, vehicle servicing. Vehicle servicing, as you can probably imagine, is set up in the same way. You use your instructions, you sync it to an object, just like the medical facility, and it will create a repair pad in that area. It will do everything. It will, it's kind of, it's not specific to vehicles. It's after a set time delay and stuff like that. So it's just a nice, simple thing. So, if you need a repair pad, sync that to something like a helicopter helipad or a cross or whatever on the ground or an area, then it will actually repair and rearm the aircraft. I could jump in and show you, but you're probably not going to appreciate that. But that's the vehicle servicing stuff. Hopefully, to be honest, I think that's pretty much everything covered across the videos. I've tried to cover everything as quick as I can today. There might be a few other bits and bobs. We've got like Warlord scripts specific to that game mode, which I'll cover that in a separate video. I'm trying to think if there's anything else. Some training scripts about like simulating injuries and things like that. I'll cover that again. But hopefully that kind of gives you enough information across these videos that I've made today. Should give you enough information to use the features of this of LRG fundamentals as much as you want to. You've now got the option to restrict stuff, and hopefully you'll be able to use it in your missions. Anyway, guys, I'm just rambling on now. To be honest, I'll look out for any comments and stuff in the comments or on Steam. If you're not sure, then feel free to throw some questions in there. If there's anything I've not covered and you're asking me, what's this feature you've not covered it in your videos, then I'll come back and sort my life out and do a better job next time. Right, cool guys, enjoy your mission, and I will see you next time.